Okay, stay with me on this one because this is kind of an experimental thing. I'm trying to show you something from the kitchen and it's not easy to do. My iPad, I cannot get it positioned right so that I can just twist it and turn it like the professionals do, you know. So you can just use your imagination, the parts that you don't see. I'm standing at the kitchen sink. I'm doing what you would call a two-part video. Part 2 was done last 8 months ago. 8 months ago, yeah. I was doing it for Thanksgiving and it was called corn pudding. I showed you how I mixed my corn pudding, all the ingredients, everything, how it was baked. And I didn't show you how I prepared the corn though. That's what you need to see first. So when you spot this video, watch it first, and then when you finish, look for the other video that says Thanksgiving corn pudding. It will be the part 2. Now, I'm using my big chef's knife here, and what I've done, I've already taken the shucks off of my corn. I used this brush. It was a really good brush to get as many silks off as you can. You got to do that. You don't want those silks in your corn pudding. So the next thing I'm going to do, and this is not going to be easy for you to see because I've got to turn my camera down so you can look into the big pan I'm using. And I hope you can see, let's see if we can get this right. I want you to be able to see into the pan. See, this is what you're looking at. That's 1 ear of corn right there. 1 ear of corn. Now, I used one of my corn holders. The end makes it a little easier. And I put this down in my pan. Now, I hope you're able to watch me. I have to get over here to the edge. And you watch me go down. And you see I'm cutting the top off of these kernels of corn. Now, my mother could take her butcher knife and she could slice that down there. And she could get 3 rows of corn. I do well if I get 2. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to hold it up. I might be able to hold it this way so you can get a better look. See, I go to the next row and I'm cutting, slicing as I go. Are you getting a good look? I hope you are. Okay. Round it a little more. Now I've got a few more ears I'm going to have to do here. So you're going to just bear with me, watch me, and learn. I'm just going to do 1 row. It's too much time and trouble. But you'll get the idea. This is very good corn. I already boiled it. Well, I didn't boil in here. I put it in the microwave. You can see a lot of spatters here. That's the trouble with working with corn. You got silks and shucks and corn spatters. And it makes a mess in the kitchen, but it's worth every bit of the effort. Are you seeing me okay? I've already done, well, I thought I'd done 1 ear of corn. Yeah, I did 1 ear of corn. Now, I can still go down around these points that you can see, and I can get a little bit more corn this way. Whoops, I'm losing the corn holder. I'll just hold it with my hands. It's easier anyway. You can see what I'm cutting off. Yeah, all the way around. One more time. This is, oh gosh, I get so anxious to eat this corn pudding. It is absolutely my favorite dish of all vegetable dishes. And I only do it Thanksgiving and Christmas because I prepare my fresh corn. I don't get the frozen corn or the canned corn. I get the fresh corn when it's at its best in the summertime. And I prepare just enough in jiffy bags that I can take however many bags I need. See how that's cutting off so easy? All right, I've done that much. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the back of my knife, this side of the knife, you can see it, and I'm going to do this. This can be a little spattery too. But what you'll see is the cream. See, that's the cream on the back side of the knife. And there's a lot of cream in this ear of corn. And you certainly do not want to leave it behind. Now I'm going to turn it around and go the other direction to get the other end. I don't want to miss any of it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This goes in the sink. I'm going to go with the next ear of corn. I guess I better put my little corn holder in there. It helps protect my hand. I don't want to be cutting off any fingers. So I'm going to go this way. All right, you watch me. Trying to get just those nibs on the top. Can you see how pretty they are? Oh, this is nice corn. It's going to make good corn pudding. I'll rake that off. Go to the next row and start right at the edge of the one you just finished. Keep cutting it down. Now, I don't know how anybody else does it, but this is how I do it. And this is how my mother did it, but she could do it so much easier, so much better, and so much prettier. That's just the way it was with the old folks, you know. They learned things the hard way, and they did them right. And here we keep going. Woo! Spat it in my face. Keep going. Woo! I'm going all the way around. Try to move a little faster. I'm not one of those fast workers. That's why I don't need to be showing you things, because I'm just too slow. And people don't want to sit and wait. They don't have the patience to watch somebody like me work. They say, can't you move a little faster? Well, sorry, this is how it is. But the finished product's what you're concerned about. It's not how fast I work. It's making sure you get to see the finished product and get to enjoy it. Now, see, I've gone around there. I can still go around more. Take off a little bit more cutting. It comes off easy. Yeah. You can watch TV while I'm doing this. I'm sure there's be something good on. Now, I'm going to take the back side of my knife again. And here we go. See that cream coming off of there? Going right down in my bucket. Oh gosh. I can't wait to make this corn pudding. Go around twice so you can get more out of it. Go around twice. Okay, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to take this out. Don't need it. Go down the other end, the heavy end. You just watch. I'm hitting the edge of the pan because in order for you to see it, I have to get close enough. All right, there's 3 ears right there. I'm going to do this one. I don't know where this came from, but it's a little naughty looking to me. But it was in the same batch of corn, so I'm just gonna go down with it. Yeah, these are big kernels. Go down twice. More. And I'm not gonna worry about the spatters. I can take care of those later. I have to work up the time to do this because I always dread all the shucking and everything you have to do. And sometimes my feet start hurting. So we got one end there. We're going to get the other end. This should be good. Isn't this fun? Tell you a story, but can't think of any. Did you like my mouse stories? Yeah, I know you did. Come on, let's get that cream out of that ear of corn. Now, I'm not going to do this last one because I'm going to eat it for supper. I've got roasted chicken in the refrigerator. I'm going to heat up a little bit of that. I might just boil me a few little red potatoes, those little bitty ones. I just pop them in a pan and hot water. I boil them till they get tender. Take them out. Put a little butter over them. Simple and easy. And it's good. Now, you see what I've got here? I'm going to put that in 2 bags. But first, we got to cook it. Hang on there. I got to heat up my skillet. Put a little butter in. I might be able to turn this around so you can watch me do this. Whoops. Let's see what happens. See if I can get this turned around so you can watch me. 1, 2. Let's see where I am. Stove's over there somewhere. Goodness gracious alive. There's the skillet. See the skillet right there. What to do with my butter? Here it is. Takes about 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to let that melt in the skillet. Get my milk out of the refrigerator. Now, I'll tell you how much of each, but I don't really measure it myself. You just get in the habit of doing things that way. You don't bother measuring everything. So here's my skillet. You can see my butter's melting. Yeah, you can see it in there, can't you? I wish I had me an assistant who knew how to handle a camera or an iPad or something, so you could see everything I'm doing and see it properly. But no, I just do it the simple way, you know, like country girls would do. Let this get a little more, but you gotta watch this, because remember, this is the first part of making your corn pudding, this video right here. And you're not gonna forget to watch both videos so that you'll be able to make your corn pudding when the holiday comes. Now, let's see. I'm ready to put my corn in. Let's see if you can see me. Okay. I'm gonna put the corn in. You can watch me put it in the skillet. I could have done another ear, should have, but that just takes time. You don't want to sit and watch. Okay. Can you see the corn? Well, I'll show it to you in just a second. Put this back in the sink. Now, let's see if I can turn this down a little bit and show you my pretty skillet of corn. See that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, while that is starting to get hot, I've got it on medium high. I'll turn it down just a little bit. I don't want it too hot. Now I'm going to wash out. I'm going to wash out my big kettle here. Want it nice and clean. Cold, because I want the pan to be cold. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm filling this big pan up about halfway with cold water. My water's not very cold, but anyway, I'll make it cold. This is good. Now, I'm going to put ice cubes in the water. We got to get it cold, good and cold. Woo. I'll leave it there a minute. I'll get another tray out, and I'll use these little ice packs too. They come in very handy when you don't have enough ice. So I'm going to put there's a whole tray of ice there. Put this back in the freezer. I'll be right with you. I'll stir my corn a little bit. Get it started. Yeah, it's starting to simmer a little bit. It's so pretty. Okay. Now I've got my ice. You can see it. See the ice floating there. And I'm going to add a little sugar to my, where am I? There we are. I'm going to add a little sugar. Now, you would add about 1 or 2 tablespoons, because keep in mind, this is very sweet corn, and you don't need to put a lot of sugar. So I just do my own guessing, and I sprinkle my sugar right over the corn. That's going to be just enough right there. That's going to give it the sweetness you want. Now, I'm going to need some milk. Because we don't want this too thick. So I'm going to pour a little milk, about 1/4 of a cup, and I add it as is needed. I've got about a 1/2 cup here. And I'm going to just pour part of it. Yeah. I'm going to pour part of it in and stir it. This is such a simple process because not only are you going to make corn pudding out of it, if you do enough of it and have enough little jiffy bags, you can pull out 1 or 2 jiffy bags and have your cream style corn for supper. And it doesn't get any better than that. Yes, I like the looks of this. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more to low medium. And my water getting icy cold. Got 1 more cube here. You don't want to leave it. Well, it doesn't want to come out, so I'll just leave it there. So, this is what we're doing in preparation for making corn pudding. This is what's going to go in the freezer, and you're going to have it through the winter when you don't have the fresh corn from the garden. And you'll be so glad you did this. And when you do it, do a lot. And let me get some jiffy bags. I'll show you what I use. With the amount of corn I have in this skillet, I'm just going to do 2 jiffy bags. 2 jiffy bags will do you a nice corn pudding. If you're going to use a really large casserole dish, you might want to use 3 of them. Now, I can't tell you exactly how much is in here, but you'll be able to see it when I take it out of the skillet. I want it to simmer a little bit, and that's going to cook it. 10 to 15 minutes is all you need. And I'm going to put a dash of salt in it. You put a dash of salt in everything, you know. Isn't that the way the good cooks do it? Always got to have a dash of salt. All right. I'm going to let that cook 2 or 3 more minutes. And we're going to put it in the jiffy bag. I've been reading my own stories. And you know what? You get away from something like that for a while, you forget what story you were telling. You're watching and waiting to see what you're going to say next. And I think here I am watching myself as if that person on that iPad is somebody else. Folks, it actually happened that way. You can do that. You can actually enjoy watching yourself. I didn't think that would happen, but I thought, oh, I've got to be the most boring human in the world. You can hear this thing popping and cracking because I'm trying to get it on me so that you won't be looking at the ceiling. You know, I get criticized for the things I show on videos sometimes. They don't seem to approve of my methods. But that's okay as long as you folks like it. And as long as I'm keeping you awake, you don't have to sit and watch the Karate Kid 3 times. You know, you don't believe me, do you? I bet I've watched all 3 episodes of the Karate Kid at least 3 times. I'm getting to where he's almost like family. But I keep watching him kicking those arms and legs around, and I think, goodness gracious, wouldn't it be wonderful if I could do that? I don't know what I'd use it for, but every now and then you see somebody you'd like to kick in the butt. Yeah, I know. Don't try to kid me and tell me you wouldn't, because I know you would. I would, if I got the chance to. Well, the corn's just about ready, and I'm going to have to take it up. Now, see, I used about a 1/4 cup of the milk, so I don't need the rest of it. I'll just pour it right back in there, and that's got that. And I'm going to have to get me a big spoon. See where it is. One of these big spoons, you know, like this. Now, let's see. Turn the camera a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. I'll get over there. You can watch me. You can see what to do. Okay, here's my jiffy bag. Now, this isn't easy to do because you don't want the bag to touch the skillet and melt. So I have to hold it up where I can put it in like this. Can you see what I'm doing? I don't want it all over the stove. About one more scoop. Okay, here's what I've got. See, that's not a lot. If you got a big family you want to do it, you're going to have to shuck a lot of corn. See how that is? Now I'm putting this right down in the ice water. Right there it is. Down in the ice water. And every now and then I squeeze it a little bit so that all of the corn gets cool at the same time. This water is really cold. So I'm just going to leave it there while I fill up another bag. You can watch the corn while no, I better turn it back around here so you can watch me. Nothing like watching me. Because if I make a mess, I want you to be part of it. Isn't this fun? Someday I'm going to be a professional at this. Yeah. They're going to say, isn't she good at what she does? I'd like to be able to say that. All right, here we go with the second bag of corn. A little bit more and we'll have it all. Had a great big gillet. I could do a lot more corn, but didn't have a lot more corn to do. All right, come on here. Let's get this in this spoon. Good thing I don't have somebody standing over me watching me and giving me instructions, because I don't follow instruction too well. I do it my way. One more spoon and we've got it. There we go. There's your second bag. Now you can fill that half full if you've got enough corn. Get the air out of it. And I'm gonna turn around again. And we'll look and see if we can see the corn in the pan. Here we go. There it is. See? Yeah. There it is. Now, I'm going to squeeze it a little bit more. Okay, it's getting cool pretty fast. So I'll put that over to one side, and we'll set this one down in the ice water and let it cool. So, I think the other video on the Thanksgiving corn pudding, I included a little episode about Jan. She was going to a mystery theater dinner, and she had to wear a costume. So this was Halloween time, and she didn't know what she was going to be. So you're going to hear it told in the other video about how she chose the character she would be. And that character was Norma Desmond, Gloria Swanson from Sunset Boulevard. Because, it'd been 10 years ago, I guess, I went to a mystery dinner like that, and I had to decide who I was going to be. And that's when Jan said, "Mom, why don't you go as Norma Desmond?" Gloria Swanson. Okay. I went to my friend's house. The rest of that story is on the other video too. You'll enjoy it, seeing that. But anyway, Jan went as Norma Desmond. Now, she had all of the makeup, the jewelry, the clothes, everything she needed to look like Carol Burnett when she does the Gloria Swanson scene. And I said to her, she showed me the video, and I said, "You should win the first prize." She called me later that night and she said, "I won first place in the costume contest." So, I wish I had that picture handy. I'd like for you to see it. I may have put it somewhere. I might be able to add it in. I'm not sure. But anyway, that was the result of the story about the mystery dinner and her costume and everything, and the result was she won the contest. And if you saw her, you'd see why. She did an excellent job of how she dressed, how she looked. She was perfect. So here's my corn. It's cold now. I can empty this water into the sink. Get my towel. And dry off the bag. Get it between the towel. Dry it good. There's one bag. Now I'll get the other one. Dry it good. These are going in the freezer right now. Lay them flat if I have room. Now, my problem is always have room to put things. So I'm going to put one up in the top of my freezer. I think I can get it in there. Yeah, here goes space. Right in here. You flatten it. You want to flatten it good so it'll thaw faster. See how I flattened it? Now, if you've got a deep freeze, you could just have gobs of these laying flat in your deep freeze and just eat them year round. Into the freezer they go. I've already got 2 bags in the freezer, so I've got 2 meals there. And I'll continue to buy my corn. And when I get through here, this here corn's going in the microwave. And I'm going to eat it with a piece of chicken and a little tossed salad. I've got some of the mixed greens, and I use one of the salad dressings I use is the poppy seed dressing. And what I do with that is the regular poppy seed dressing. What I do with it is I buy fresh strawberries. I cut those strawberries up in small pieces, and I sugar them good, and I let them sit in the refrigerator till they've soaked up the sugar and they've got that nice strawberry juice. And then when I use my poppy seed dressing, I add some of the strawberries with the juice into my poppy seed dressing. That may not appeal to you, but it sure satisfies me. It's different, it's sweet, and put a few candied pecans in your tossed salad. You can even put some mandarin oranges, anything you want. And you've got a nice salad. And Kroger roasted the chicken for me. I didn't have to do that. So that's what's for supper. And if I've left anything out, you'll hear about it in the next video. How's that? And you know what? The funny thing is, see this shirt I've got on? When I checked that video from last year to see what I said about corn pudding, I was wearing this same shirt. So it will look like a continuation. And I had no idea that I'd put on the same shirt that I did in that video. I just love you people to death. You just keep me entertained. I try to keep you entertained. I'm never sure when I do a video. I always take a deep breath and think, oh, what have I done this time? But as long as you're satisfied with videos and you find them entertaining, you are pleasing one 87-year-old woman. And that's important. You don't realize the Lord's going to bless you for that, I guarantee. Yes, He's going to say, you folks have done a good job today. You've made this lady happy. And I hope when you make that corn pudding, you tell me. If you don't tell me that's the best corn pudding you ever ate, then I'll know you did something wrong. Because if you follow the direction the way I'm supposed to be telling you, you'll do a good job. And I sure thank you for sticking with me all these days. And it's so hot out there, folks. It's so hot. Don't get out in the heat unless you have to. And if you do, carry your water with you. You might even carry your umbrella with you. In fact, if you need to borrow one, I've got a whole bunch of them. So, you have a good night. I'm going to have a good supper. Thank you.